Good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here with us this morning in La Sorbonne University's room 106, room 106. Our first speaker this morning is Olga Wroniewicz. Do I say this right?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. Olga is a motion designer and an educator. She comes to us directly from Poland.
Yes.
This is also right?
Yes.
Excellent. And today she's going to tell us everything we'd like to know about kinetic typography and her relationship to motion design in this regard.
Thank you so much. Hello, thank you for coming at 9:45 to the meeting. And I hope you will find it worth. My name is Olga Wroniewicz, as you already introduced me. I'm a motion designer, and I also teach motion design and projection mapping. I really like experimental work. I tend to drag people into my projects that include students and also professionals. I like to design challenges for learning and for experiencing in a new way, and that's a picture that presents one of the endeavors that we were involved with together with my students, including Mateusz, who is also here with me. The topic I'm dared to come here with is a project that involves typography. Even though I'm not usually a type designer, this year, or actually continuing since a couple of years, I involved us in a project that is to combine live acting poetry with immersive visuals. And you know, for a design theme, I decided to go with motion type. Another thing that is really, like, let's say, reaching out for me since a couple of years is this really hot topic that is called immersion. Everybody right now, like, do something with it, usually with VR glasses, with that kind of stuff. I'd like to tackle this topic from a rather more physical experience kind of way. That's why, hello, I tend to try to organize possibilities for myself and my students to experience immersive visuals in a, let's say, more physical way, and that's why I arranged for us possibility to work with Planetaria. That's a picture taken in a planetarium in Vienna, where we are currently testing for our upcoming show with kinetic-based full-dome visuals. I've been actually producing that kind of content, let's say, visuals for Planetaria for already a couple of years now. Since 2016, I made that kind of challenge project course, actually, in our university, in Polish-Japanese Academy of IT. Yes, and I made it a part of our curriculum ever since, even though it's a very challenging thing to do, to ask design students to not just think of design like, let's say, a sketch, but actually deliver full-dome 360 3D animation visuals, or even better, real-time visuals. I think it's very much worth to kind of put people into that kind of environment for learning, in a very broad sense of meaning of that word. So actually to make people realize three-dimensional space, which is actually, you might say it's very common. It's super common to be in, we are all in, like, all the time in three-dimensional space, but when it comes to software, when it comes to learning how to make things, how to maybe design for space, I would say that graphic design curricula sometimes lack that kind of real sense of three-dimensionality put towards the students. Therefore, I do my best to facilitate realization of this three-dimensional space and what can be designed within it in our university. This is a video containing my classroom, actually. It's a new classroom of ours that I established a couple of months ago. I put there a couple of projectors and a strong computing machine. So my students can at once immerse themselves in visuals they tackle with, they create, they try, and that all can happen in real time. It means that you can change something or just toss whatever into that space and see how it looks like, how it feels like, while you are actually going towards and backwards with your body in that environment. With that also thing comes this project that I actually came here with. It's an app that is being developed. I commissioned this app to our alums with Mateusz as a first major developer. The app is called Ma App, and it was particularly, it's being developed, as I said, and it's already is developed for facilitating also this experimentation with three-dimensional visuals and graphics. It's aided, let's say, from software side. So also from interface and some basic possibilities that we implemented, based on what we what we've learned so far when it comes to VR visuals. So this video was recorded in this room also, and you can see Mateusz tweaking and trying different sets within this app that we developed. You can see that you can put typography, of course, in it, whatever typefaces. You can also mix typefaces. You can limit yourself to a group of typefaces for your design. And most importantly, this application allows you to gather some info, some data from outside, for example, from the movement of the performer or the pitch of their voice, and alter whatever qualities of those graphics. So I think it's a very potent already environment to kickstart experimentation. As you can see, you can also tweak three-dimensional space with it. I mean, rotate point of view of this viewer. But the mapping, the fact that it actually fits three-dimensional space in this particular example, there are just two walls of cubic space, but that can actually be transferred to whatever space. So actually, we also made sure so it's very easy with our app to move this space to experiment with from cubic spaces to full dome so-called spaces. So like, for example, the space of Planetaria, or VR glasses that it's actually also a 360 environment. So this is a picture of one of my students looking at his animation that is being developed actually for a planetarium, but this room on the go very quickly allows us to try things there. Also, this app, I think it's very much needed. I don't know if you guys have been tackling with three-dimensional VR visuals. It's actually, I kind of repeat myself, but I discovered that it's very uneasy for newbies to wrap their heads around how it is to design for all over space. So not for a particular point of view, but for the situation that the viewer can alter the point of view in whatever way. And it actually also might be, I think, a stretch to use typography for that, because as of course we are aware, typography was for hundreds, thousands of years developed around putting those, let's say, signals of communications, which are called letters, onto two-dimensional space. So, but on the other hand, I think it's an interesting challenge, since we are getting those technical possibilities right now, and I think it's worth to research what you can do with communication in VR environments. So that's also where a project that we are it's a sister project of this COMA project that I'm telling you about. We started to, as we got this idea, we got related to many performers who are actually much more, let's say, fluent with text than we are, and those are people who are not just writing poetry, but they are performing it. There's this project that allows us to observe and spend time with people who perform poetry on stage, like this duo that you see in the picture, that are closely related to us, and we are designing visuals for them for the planetarium. So my students and I had a very super exclusive, intense week time with them recently, so we could exchange our crafts and also some assumptions that graphic designs tend to have, but maybe people who are here to be actually augmented with those visuals, maybe they don't like it that much. So that was a very interesting time of experimentation, and what comes with it will be shortly available
Jesteśmy w specjalnej,
Planetarium
sali,
Vienna.
w pokoju, którym otacza nas trójwymiarowa przestrzeń wirtualna, ale którą możemy oglądać własnymi oczami.
Okay. So this is Norbert, who is co-creator of the technical side of this application. Apart from the fact that you can toss whatever type, you can also use speech recognition, and of course speech recognition tends to be tricky in that kind of situation, but it also again is a reason, the reason behind it is that it really speeds things up when you can actually quickly input the text in whatever easy way into the system. So, yeah. Sorry. Okay, so if you would like to get to know what came from that exchange with 5 slam poets who are all coming from different parts of Europe. We are going to have a live show in Planetarium in Vienna between 29th and 30th of September. But actually, I think it's also a very good point for our app to be put into work and to be tested, because with this situation, there are always things that need to be tackled, changed in the last moment. So actually creating visuals with no real-time possibilities at hand can be very tricky. So it's actually really problematic for performers to work with just pre-recorded visuals, and for now that's what Planetaria usually most of them provide. Okay, so to finalize my talk, I think generally that it's really worth to put that kind of research into really physical spaces, into many different spaces, not just stay in front of your screen and stay with VR glasses on your head. Nothing beats the physical experience. yes, and Nothing Beats also exchange with other creators who are maybe much more into a little bit different fields than we are. I mean the designers. So that's why, as I said, I came here with hope that I will find some designers to maybe who would like to play with us, and maybe try that system in other places, let's say. So maybe small places, big places, cubic spaces, rounded spaces. I think the research can greatly benefit from that. So yeah, I hope that you find it interesting. If you would like to get to know more, we are here. Mateusz is here with the app actually on his computer. So if you would like to try it, it's here. Yeah, and I hope that that we will take it further. I think that this application, this system, is not just suitable for visualizing poetry. Of course, it can be it can be used for much more utilitarian usages. So I hope that this kind of interest that got us into that can span further, and I'm looking forward to discussing that with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Before moving on to questions, I just wanted to know, you mentioned that this was here and available. Is this
Yes.
In the auditorium?
Well, actually, that's another ex-students of ours project, this
Okay.
auditorium thingy, I think, right? Bartek's real-time system for visualizing yourself in front of the screen and altering typefaces. But yeah, we have a laptop with the system. You can talk to it. You can write something to it, and Mateusz can just plug it to whatever output.
Okay, excellent.
We want.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What is the license this software is distributed?
Well, actually, I wouldn't call it a software yet. Well, I did call it, so my bad. It's actually, let's say, a framework or an environment. It was built in Touch Designer. So actually, it's Touch Designer is
Yes.
an environment that you use to build software also, or programs or applications. That's why I dared to call it an app.
Okay, thank you.
A few more questions. What if someone wants to contribute from abroad? How does that work? Is it possible at all?
I would really much I look forward to that, actually. This, since we already mentioned that it's a kind of framework built in programming environment, you can stream whatever data to it in real time, for example, via NDI protocols or open sound control protocols, whatever. So I actually envision that possibility, and I look forward to that. So, for example, if there would be a designer who is abroad who would like to try things, we can put him online and make him try in real time. Actually, this room is also prepared for that. Yeah.
I see. Is there any branch or profession that you haven't worked with that you'd like to?
Thank you. Well, actually, I have access to some, of course, to great typographers in Poland, but I would like to work more with people who are maybe not typographers, but designers who are very strong with type design. I've been working with musicians. I've been working with stage performers, but stage performers actually is a very new thing. So I would like to go into that deeper.
Okay. How do you see the current, not just the Polish scene of kinetic and immersive typography, but the global scene for that practice? and the French one, if you have a comment on that as well.
Well, actually, to be honest, I know there is like lots of great things going on with immersive visuals, especially with, well, actually, that's my kind of most strong hobby, and that's why I, like, let's say, have the strongest orientation in abstract visuals in real time. So that becomes stronger, but it's still, I would say, a niche. I saw recently a couple of really cool immersive shows in Planetarium, but the reason actually that I decided on type and kind of going back for, like, let's say, stepping back from abstract kind of thinking towards typography, so it's like fixed meaning, let's say, you can argue, is that I feel that it's underrepresented. I feel that it's a thing that I haven't seen much, and that's why I decided to go towards that direction.
Okay, I see. The installations and the show you've shown are mostly from institutions and non-profits. Is there commercial applications that you're looking into as well?
Well, to be honest, commercial applications are not really like my number one goal. I'm an academic, and I like to, let's say, discover potential more than more going into that. But of course, I see possibilities of practical usages. Well, actually, the reason behind also that I decided on this project was really practical. I went to a gig with slam poets who weren't speaking Polish, and I saw a very huge problem with translation. The translation was put on screen and it was very hard to read. Well, hard because nobody thought about time problem of reading on a screen. And on the other hand, I know that this situation is usually hectic with people appearing on stage in the last moment with new text. So I kind of tested on a very particular group of people which are slam poets, but I can feel that, for example, for whatever presentations or aiding yourself with how to transfer your info to people with some aid from visuals, right? I think it can be pushed there.
I see. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do we have other questions for our speaker? No more questions? Well, in this case, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We'll resume at 1:15.